When people think about China, they usually imagine endless skyscrapers, glittering megacities, unstoppable economy growth, and maybe a billion people dancing on TikTok. But behind the neon lights and ambitious propaganda posters, the reality is starting to crack. And it's not pretty. For decades, China was the poster child of hypergrowth. The country went from rice paddies to supercomputers, faster than you could say.
我在北京
Double-digit GDP growth, booming exports, endless construction. It looked unstoppable. But today, the Chinese surface is peeling off. Youth unemployment officially hit 21%. And if you know how Chinese statistics work, you know the real number is probably even worse. The real estate sector, once almost a third of the economy, is now a ticking time bomb. Giant companies like Evergrande are collapsing under their own debt. Ghost cities are scattered across the country like abandoned Minecraft projects. And developers are leaving buildings half finished because, well, who's gonna buy them? Oh, and speaking of debt, China's real total debt, including hidden local government debt, is estimated at 300% of GDP. It's like they built an entire economy on buy now, cry later. Meanwhile, over in politics, Xi Jinping has officially become emperor for life, breaking decades of leadership tradition. The Chinese constitution? Tweaked. Political opponents? Vanished. Free press? Oh hell nah! Under Xi, China's turned to a full-blown surveillance state. Criticize the government online, and suddenly your internet mysteriously stops working. Even cartoon characters aren't safe. Winnie the Pooh got banned simply because someone said he looked like Xi. Imagine being so insecure you start a war against a chubby yellow cartoon bear. For ordinary people, daily life feels like staring in a Black Mirror episode that never ends. The social credit system tracks you, every move. Pay your bills late, criticize the government, jaywalk, and suddenly you can't buy a plane ticket. Over 600 million CCTV cameras are watching 24/7. And the censorship? It's so extreme that people have to invent code words just to talk about sensitive topics without getting flagged. The government doesn't just control your present. It tries to control your thoughts about the past and your hopes about the future. It's like living inside a scripted reality show, where you're not a star, you're a controlled background extra. And just to make things even more comforting, China has been going hard on military expansion too. They are building artificial islands in the South China Sea, loading them with military bases, and then acting shocked when other countries complain. Fighter jets bust Taiwan's airspace weekly. And behind closed doors, China quietly works to double their nuclear arsenal by 2030. It's like they're playing a global game of risk, except they forgot that world domination tends to end badly for everyone. Of course, China doesn't just flex its muscles, it's also buying friends. The Belt and Road Initiative sounds noble, helping developing countries build infrastructure, but in reality it often traps poor nations in massive debt, leading China to seize ports, mines and airports when the bills can't be paid. It's clearly a mafia tactic, but dressed up in a nice red flag and silk suits. And underneath it all, there's a demographic time bomb ticking away. Thanks to decades of one-child policy, China's population is now shrinking. Birth rates are at a record low. The country is aging rapidly. By 2050, more than 30% of Chinese citizens will be over 60. The workforce is shrinking, marriage rates are dropping, and even massive government initiatives to have more babies aren't working. Turns out it's pretty hard to rebuild a population when you spend generations telling people to not have kids. Freedom of speech in China? Well, it's more like freedom to agree happily. Google, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all banned. Instead, you get government-approved apps, government-approved news, and, of course, government-approved opinions. Foreign journalists who ask too many questions find their visa suddenly not renewed, and the local journalists disappear faster than my father after he realizes we are out of milk. In China, you don't just lose the debate, you lose the right to have a debate at all. So, while the world watches China rise, builds, expands, and threatens, underneath the bright lights and big numbers, you can already see the cracks forming. The economy is wobbling, the society is suffocating, the political system is calcifying, the military rattling sabers in an increasingly dangerous way, and the population? It's quietly aging into an unsustainable future. The dragon may roar today, but deep inside, it's already bleeding out.
Как я люблю глубину твоих ласковых глаз, как я хочу к ним прижаться теперь губами.